What's going on, everybody? Crazy Russian 86 here, and welcome back to another video. I've been doing fine, been watching, a bunch of shorts as I normally do. And speaking of Russia, I've been watching shorts. It either was last night or early today. It was about how much alcohol do actually Russian people drink? Like in the wars, like the most alcoholic Russian cities. And again, also everything has to do with Lydia. And I remember 10 years ago we used to talk about it, and she used to say that American people actually are drinking way more alcohol than Russian people do. Even though there is a cultural stereotype among Americans that Russians drink vodka all the time. But I think that that's the truth, though, that Russian people actually drinking less alcohol. Because when I watched that video, I found out that in the worst drunkest cities, on average, a year, Russian people drink about 111 liters of alcohol per year. Now, what is liter compared to ounces? Put it this way. This 40 ounces of malt liquor is about 1.2 liters, okay? 1.2 liters. 140 ounce, right? So we're gonna do very rough math. So we're gonna say that average Russian a year drinks about 100 or 40s of malt liquor. About 100 of them per year. Year consists of, as everybody knows, 365 days. Okay? Now, it's about 3.65 days per 40, which is like roughly half of the week. So on average, if you drink on average 240s a week, you're drinking the same amount of alcohol as an average Russian person per year. I think that a lot of Americans are drinking way more than 240s a week. And I'm about to drink like half of the amount of alcohol, half of the weekly amount of alcohol per average Russian person in the worst city of the year. And I'm about to do it as fast as I can. I've been out of practice. It's been taking me like about an hour to drink a 40, but I'm gonna try to make it faster. And not to mention, speaking about Russia, today is January 7th, right? And right now in Russia it's a holiday. It's like Christmas in Russia is today. So Russian Christmas is today for Orthodox Russians. Which before was actually December 25th, but because after the revolution they changed calendars, so it's like. And also we have New Year old style. This is January 13th. So, but if I was Russian Orthodox, today would be Christmas for me. But I grew up as a Jewish atheist, so I went to Jewish school, but I didn't really practice Judaism, so I actually grew up like an atheist with some knowledge of, Jewish history and religion. And the funny thing is, I'm actually started reading New Testament, but my mom's gonna know about it, but who cares? I'm gonna keep it to myself. Hopefully, she's not gonna be watching every second of the video. And not to mention that it's always good to be a well-rounded, educated person. So if I want to read the New Testament, why not? I actually enjoy reading it so far. I read like about 10 pages of it and I kind of like it. But anyway, I got picosos, habanero lime. And the funny thing is too, which my mom doesn't know about, is that part of my upbringing has to do with Christianity. It's crazy that sounds, even though my parents are against Christ because they're Jewish, but there is still some Christian was in my upbringing. I didn't know about it. But I'm not gonna get into the details, you know, I'm not gonna like, but habanero lime picosas with some pico de gallo chunky salsa. I also bought an avocado one as well, but for this video I'm gonna use a pico de gallo. So that's what I'm gonna eat with my delicious 40 ounces of malt liquor. Also, shit right here, but it's almost gone, you know, it's like a lot of bubbles in there, but so oil is pretty low, completely legal. There's still some in there, but I feel like it's getting low. Doing it in the middle of the day because I have nothing to do and there is no DoorDash. I'm not making a lot of money right now. It sucks. Kind of looking for a job that's pointless because there's a lot of weirdness around me. Just like I've been getting these weird videos, you know. Reminds me of Lydia, but yet I can't talk to her. But how I know that this is not just a regular YouTube algorithm? Well, because I know myself. Because if I were to be watching videos I normally watch, I wouldn't be watching Russian psychologists. Yes, I used to watch before psychologists such as like Todd Grande and other things, but I didn't watch that many Russian psychologists, number one. And number two, I didn't really watch videos about relationships like that. So, and the funny thing, when I'm watching the shorts, they literally reminds me about the problems which me and Lydia used to have in the past. And she used to talk about going to psychologists because of me. So when I connect two together, I'm kind of getting that type of thoughts, you know. And also certain songs which are highlighted in my videos also makes me think of her because I know how she is and I would think that she probably would listen to the type of music. Now, I enjoy it myself too, but you know, that's kind of goes into my thought process, so making it kind of short. But, you know, I could be wrong because there's no proof, but I think I'm right, but I mean, it is what it is. Also, these videos of tarot cards and all these messages from a person. It's interesting, but normally I won't watch anything like that. And I'm kind of like watching that stuff. I'm kind of getting obsessed too. It's like watching all that shit. It's kind of, you know, kind of not plays with my mind, but it kind of makes me think about things which I never would think about. You know, it's kind of a stimulant to my brain to be thinking about stuff which I otherwise I wouldn't be thinking about. It's smart. By the way, this is really delicious. It's kind of salty a little bit, you know. It's kind of salty, too salty, but you know, doesn't have a bad taste. I wish it was less salty, that would be better. You know, I wish to be less salty, it's too salty. But tastes good, you know. It's too salty. I would rather have something which is like less salty and more spicy, you know. If you eat African food, it's like less salty, more spicy, I kind of like it. But this is like too salty and has a little kick to it, it's nice, but like I said, if that would be less salty and more spicy, that would be perfect. But generally it's like a B plus. Maybe like a B for sure. speaking of Lydia, as a woman, she's like a bee, so it's like another parallel with this crazy ass. But like I said, whenever I'm watching, it's very interesting to watch, and I'm really enjoying it. But like I said, I wouldn't be normally watching that type of stuff, but I fucking love it. You know, not all the weird stuff is bad, because also that type of stuff starts, you know, kind of, I'm working on myself, reframing the way I'm thinking about things, thinking about the past, analyzing, thinking about how should I, you know, talk to people, deal with people, react to things. I'm really thinking about that. I'm really thinking that if I would ever meet with Lydia again, I would definitely behave differently around her. Like, I would be more sociable, I would communicate everything, I wouldn't use certain words which I used to use, and some of them I didn't mean to offend her, but sometimes I actually did. You know, but when I did, it's because I was frustrated, because I was not, things were just not going the way I want them to go, and I was getting angry. So, and I just didn't have no fucking patience for her. But you already know the story, so why should I be fucking repeating myself? It's been like, what, almost 5 years now, and I'm still talking about it. Well, the reason why I'm only talking about the past, because my present sucks, and the only thing I want to talk about the present is talk about bullshit. And I already talked about that too, so it's like, there's nothing exciting there. There are more exciting things in the past than present, you know. I mean, I'm learning my lessons, you know, like improving myself in a way, getting more mature, trying to be, you know, less immature, I guess, working on myself. But outside of that, there is not that much in the present, and there is more and better things in the past. So that's why I live in the past, because I just don't have anything going on with in my present, as far as, you know, relationships, friends, you know, enjoyment, real connection, you know. So that's just how I feel. That's why I live in the past, because present has, you know, there's nothing here, it's just a bunch of bullshit, you know, just pathetic existence. So you know, it's funny, I close my eyes when I chug, because the sun is getting right into my eyes, and I cannot handle it. Ah. Malt liquor is delicious. I'm about to drink fucking half of the weekly norm of alcohol in the worst alcoholic cities of Russia. And in America, people are drinking way more, and it's very true. Because even when I was hanging out with C-Town Brown, we drank like 240s at least between two of us in one day, which is like weekly norm of alcohol in Russia. And when I used to talk to Todd used to tell me how he was like quitting drinking for like 5 or 6 days, and then he was starting back up again. But when we were counting how much alcohol he was drinking daily, it turns out he was drinking daily about 150, 160 ounces of malt liquor a day, which is equivalent of like 440s a day. And it's like 28 40s a week, which is like 14 times more than what average Russian person drinks a week in the worst alcoholic city in Russia. So yeah, Lydia was definitely right. American people are drinking way more than Russian people do. So, and here they are thinking that Russians are like the worst alcoholics in the world. But people who are actually from Russia, like Lydia, they know it's not the case. Said a meal and drank more malt liquor. Yep. But it's all good, you know, it is what it is. I was also watching this, you know, shorts about Japan. And it was in Russian, because now I'm actually getting more shorts in Russian than I did in English. And before, most of the videos I've been watching, they were in English, you know. So, but it's okay. But that was the reels about Japan. And when I was watching that, I'm like, damn, you know what? I shouldn't be in Russia, I shouldn't be in America, I shouldn't be in Israel. I had to go to Japan. That's probably my country. And I know that my uncle's been there, whom actually Lydia knows. And then Faded Holy Soldiers have been there. Everybody loves it over there. And I think I would like it too. You know why? Because what I found out about Japan is this. Number one, over there nobody cares. Like in America, in Russia, there is something wrong, people pay attention. In America, people like small talk. In Japan, nobody gives a fuck. People just introverted, they do their own thing, they can do whatever they want, nobody judges them, nobody gives a fuck. You can be as weird as you wanna be, and nobody's gonna fucking care. People don't do small talk, everything is super clean, you know? And people like to drink a lot too, just like in America. They just like to drink every day and they don't give a fuck about nothing. And you can just be completely yourself, you know. And I'm like, damn, I like to live in a place like this, where it's like super clean, everything looks good, a lot of video games and entertainment, nobody gives a fuck about what's wrong with you. You can do your own things, you can be completely yourself, and nobody's gonna say a word because nobody gives a shit. And on top of that, everybody likes to drink and have fun. After hard working day, they like to go to the fucking bars and just get drunk because they don't care. And I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, I would love to live like this. I would love to live like this. Fuck. You know what? If I ever hang out with Lydia again, she just wanted to go to fucking Seattle because she loves Kurt Cobain. I like him too, but not as much as she does, you know. I like some of his songs, like Lithium, or you know, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Like he has some good songs, but I'm not like big fan, you know. But I listen to him sometimes here and there, you know, a little bit. So I think I used to have a cassette of him once in Russia, maybe a CD, but I was not like a big fan, you know. I like his music, I like Nirvana, I'm familiar with it, but I'm not like, you know, a big fan like that. I don't listen to it like on a regular basis. So, but that's what she wanted. But now I'm thinking, damn, it would be nice to go with her to Japan. That would be like, I don't know, I like to go to Japan now when I'm thinking about it. I think I should go one day. The place where, you know, I'm like completely accepted, nobody cares, and I see the energy, I can be myself, I can act how I want to, nobody's gonna care about small talk, eye contact, none of that shit. They're just like, you do you mind your fucking business, and let's get drunk. And that's it. And I'm like, damn, that seems like a perfect place. No judgment, freedom, and fucking alcohol. Fuck. It's like place to go. And fucking beautiful place and clean and video games. Fuck. I go to the fucking, subway, play Clash of Clans, nobody gives a fuck. Play other fucking video games on my phone and like nobody cares, and go anywhere, act how I want. Nobody's gonna judge me. Nobody's gonna do fist bumps or saying ha or asking stupid questions. They just treat you like a normal person, no matter how fucking weird you are. And then you just fucking drink and enjoy yourself, and that's it. Nobody's gonna fucking care. You don't have to do small talk, none of that stupid shit. Fuck. Freedom and fun, everything. And yeah, people say, oh, it's lonely, it's place for the introverts. I mean, I'm naturally extroverted a little bit, but not like super extroverted, but I like to be an introvert because I don't fit in the society. And some people say, well, that's because you have Asperger's, but it doesn't matter what the reason is, because I'm gonna be like the way I am for the rest of my life. So there's no point of caring about that shit. But I want to just be myself and enjoy life. And I just don't like the bullshit. So I don't like, when because there's something wrong with you, people going everywhere and telling everybody, hey, there's guy special, you should treat him certain way. And when people treated me this way, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't like that, to be in that type of predicament. I just like to be myself, where people just don't care, and they just like, oh, okay, you weird like that, I'm weird like that too. Oh, I don't even see you. Oh, fuck. Oh. Let's just play fucking video games and get drunk. Fuck. Every place to go. Go to work, even if people think I'm weird. They're not gonna care. They're just gonna be like, he does the job, you're gonna give him his money. And then, fucking, I'm cool with everything as long as I know what I'm doing. There's no fucking stupid ass trainings. Say this. Fuck. Yeah. Or it's just too much bullshit with these fucking trainings, and I know I don't have to go, but people go there because of me, and I know it, and I see the changes in people's behavior, and I don't like it. Because I like people to be themselves. I'm not really a big fan of, how to treat people with dementia, how to treat people with Asperger's. Like there was always fucking guides and, guidelines for everything. I don't like that shit. I like, okay, let's think, okay, what kind of person we dealing with, what needs to be done. He works this way, okay. Oh, he's not normal, we need to change. And they never ask the person, do you want to change? Nobody asks me if I do. And if they would, I say, fuck no. I just want to work how I want, do things how I want, and I want everybody to be cool with it. And if you're not, then you should fuck yourself. And if you're gonna fire me for that, I'm bringing the gun to the premises. That's how I feel, I want you just accept me as I am, shut your fucking mouth, and encourage me to do the job the best way possible, and be cool with it. And that's it. That's all I want. Just fucking encourage me to do the job the best way possible. But don't expect me, to do more than I can, because, I'm not killing myself. I'm gonna work hard, but I'm not killing myself. And I know my limitations, okay? So, and I know what I can and cannot do. another longest video. Some things will never change. I don't give a fuck. You don't see me that often. You might as well see more of me than less of me. That's just my excuse. This is my excuse to be lame, boring, and you know, somebody who just likes to make long, boring videos where people just want to scroll through. And then I make like 30, 40-minute videos, but when I look at like average time watch, it's like 2 minutes at the best. It probably would have been a minute if not for my mom and my dad who watch every fucking second of the video to tell me when my video is a piece of shit, it's anti-Semitic, and you shouldn't say that. And then you should fucking delete your channel. It's embarrassing. Anti-Semitic. Bad. But yet, they want to watch every second of the video. Every second of it. My mom, she doesn't know English perfectly well. She knows some English, but not like very well. She studied English in Russia, and then when she came to America, she studies English as well in the college, just for herself. Because, you know, my mom is about to be 72 in like 12 days from now. And before that, in 11 days, Lydia is about to be 36. Which is gonna make you exactly like half of my mom's age. Which is fucking crazy. You know? Lydia, who's worried about my mom not liking her. Which seems crazy to me, why she cares. But it's whatever. Whatever floats her boat, I guess. And my mom, she's actually sister of, you know, this guy from New York whom Lydia met. Their sister, well, their brother and sister, they had the same dad, but, you know, different moms. But the funny thing is that both of their moms were like Jewish. And the dad was Russian. You know, believe it or not, my grandfather was Russian and he used to have blonde hair and blue eyes. Look at me. Right? Definitely far away from that. But my Russian grandfather used to have blonde hair and blue eyes. For real. Yep. So, but my uncle, he got baptized. But my mom, she was all about ethnic purity of Jewish race. So because of that, she had, you know, me with my dad, who's like probably like about 96 to 97% Jewish. And then he's probably like 3% Greek, I would think. But he thinks himself as a Jew. You know, and it was all about increasing the percentage of Jewish blood in my bloodstreams. To make sure that I can be as Jewish as I could be, ever. Well, I turned out to be an anti-Semite, apparently. and now they want me to put me on disability because of my autism diagnosis. But it's really not autism, it's anti-Semitism. But you know what the funny thing is? That autism and anti-Semitism starts with A and ends with tism. This is what they have in common. But there is no DSM-5 for anti-Semitism diagnosis yet, you know. So, but when it comes to Brother Nathaniel, you know, all the Jewish people I know who like pro-Zionist or whatever, either they're brainwashed into like the idea of ethnic purity of Jewish race, that's why they like Zionism, of course. Or, you know, they just like, I don't know, whatever the fuck. They like Zionism for whatever reason, you know. And let me drink some more because I kind of lost my train of thought. Malt liquor. So they like Zionism, not understanding that, you know, I mean, if you know Jewish history, of course, Jewish people never had a land and they got formed based on religion. And they never had the land to begin with. They sold the land back in like 13th century before Christ. And then they did it back again in 1948. You know, but hey, it is what it is. That's why I don't want to care about being Jewish, because it's so fucking hypocrisy. Because first Jews, they were not Jewish, they were from Iraq. Okay? So, what the fuck? And the people who used to live in the area of Israel before, it used to be Canaan. Okay? So, they went south and took somebody else's land. And now they did it again. Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart. I lost in the game. Oh, baby, baby. I'm fucking getting drunk and drinking Britney Spears. Hell yeah. Oops, I think I'm in love with your heart. I'm not that innocent. Yeah, right. Perfectly reminds me of Lydia. Talking about love and shit. And then talking about I'm not that innocent. Thinking about fucking high body count. Dealing with all these guys who didn't do shit for her. Only fucked her. Until she met me. And you know the story. How she just like giving me so much headache and problems, but I'm gonna own it to myself as well. I was a piece of shit too. I should have been talking to her differently. I should have just like be a man about it, you know, and like, you know, explain to her like, hey, you know, don't tell me how fucking stupid I am. I'm not stupid, but you know what, this is the way I function, that's all. Which I kind of told her that. But then when I was like bitching at her for, you know, losing the job, and she was not telling me the full story, instead, what would be better, as I'm like looking back, I should have asked, you know, should have talked about, you know, if she's actually quit the job because boss yelled at her. Maybe there were things which happened before, and she should have just given me the details, you know. She should have gave me the details, so maybe I'll understand her better. So maybe we'll have the talk, so we'll be like, okay, well, is there any way like I can help you get a different job since you have problems with your job? And have that conversation. Maybe she'll say, well, you know, I want to go to New York. I hate living like this. But we didn't have a relationship like that where she was comfortable of like telling me how she feels about things, what is on her mind. She didn't want to do that with me. And that actually was a problem. Because if she were to actually do that type of stuff with me, maybe things would end up better, you know? So I think that I had problem with her because of communication. Because I'm not very sociable person. And she is also kind of, not very open. She likes to say certain things, but she doesn't like to give the necessary details. So because of that, I'm started thinking the wrong things. So I'm not really getting the right picture. I don't know whom I'm dealing with. And I can assume the wrong things. And then I'm gonna treat you like shit because of what I'm thinking, but in reality she may not be that bad. But it's like people should just get out of themselves and actually take time and effort of understanding other people who are different from them. Take this time and understanding and put that focus on figure out somebody who's not like you, figure out what that person is all about, so you know how to deal with that person. Because it's like if you automatically assume that the person you're in a relationship with is exactly like you without studying them, then you just project yourself onto that person. And when you're doing that, you fucking shit up. And this is what both me and her were doing to each other. And yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. So, and I shouldn't be doing it. Because if I do that, then I'm wrong. Everything just fucks us up. Communication is the key. I feel like a lot of people, they're afraid of communicating because of their disability, or because they're afraid of saying what's on their mind, because they're afraid of consequences, because of their programming, whatever. But you just have to get out of your comfort zone and still communicate. But it's hard because you think that if you're gonna say what's on your mind, you may lose the job, you may lose the relationship. You're thinking about negative stuff. That's what I do. I feel like if I'm gonna tell my boss how I feel and I see his reaction, he's pretty angry at me. So I'm like, if I'm gonna tell him how I feel, he's either gonna ignore me or he's gonna fucking fire me. And I don't wanna get fired. I don't wanna take that chance. So I just choose to not to say how I feel because I feel anxiety. I'm afraid, I'm under stress. I feel like I can get fired anytime. And I feel like if I'm gonna say how I feel, I'm gonna get fired, and then I'm gonna lose money. And then I'm, gonna be financially unstable. So I'm gonna go crazy. So I'm gonna use my last money to get a gun, to punish my boss and the co-workers for firing me, and that's gonna be it. Of course, I'm gonna go to jail, or I'm gonna fucking die, but at least I will feel good because I feel like I punished these people for firing me, Because I feel like life is all about me, it's about getting my way with people, and if I don't, I need to punish people for not giving what I want, because life is about me getting what I want at any cost. And people out there are there to provide me what I want. If they fail to do it, I need to punish them for it. That's it. That's just how I view life, okay? So, that's it. Because that type of thought makes me feel good. Because if I'm gonna think any other way, I'm gonna get angry and I'm gonna be, what people's gonna tell me, the stuff which I don't like, they're gonna be my enemies, and I'm gonna start thinking about hurting them. And I'm gonna start visualizing me, torturing these people, or doing, that type of stuff to them. Because they're not doing what I want them to do. And I need to punish them for that, Because they're fucking infidels, because they're fucking pieces of shit. Because why they're pieces of shit? Because they're not letting me do what I want. And my life is all about doing what I want. And if other people feel differently, It means they're my fucking enemies. It means that I should either have nothing to do with them or I should hurt them. Why do I want to hurt them? Because they are mistakes to be corrected. They are pieces of human excrement. Because they are not letting me live how I want to live. So, they're enemies, that's all. And enemies are elements of shit. And shit stinks. That means it needs to be cleaned up. So, I need to clean these people up too. I need to either clean them up or get rid of them, That's like there is no other option, I shouldn't be dealing with them. That's for them sure. I won't deal with fucking infidels. Hell fucking no. I definitely don't want to deal with them. So, and then they're gonna say, well, we treat you like shit because you're not doing your job. We expect more from you. And all I'm gonna say is this. Well, I'm trying my best. I want to keep the job, but I just can't do better. I'm trying my best. I'm not killing myself, but I just can't do better. And if you're gonna fire me or do something to me, then I just not gonna be able to survive. So I'm gonna go down and die. And I feel like because my life is so shitty, like misery loves company. So if I'm gonna go down, I need to take some people with me as well, because I don't have any other choice in life. Because if I'm gonna get fired, my life is over, and I just don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. And I'm gonna feel like I'm not gonna be able to find a job because I'm not normal. So I'm gonna fucking die under the bridge, and I really don't want to be in that type of position. I'm really afraid of, that type of stuff. So that's the reason why I don't like to overspend my money. And that's the reason why I have a lot of anxiety when my bosses are yelling at me, because I'm afraid of losing the job. Because if I'm gonna lose the job, I'm gonna lose money, I'm gonna lose means to live, and then I have to kiss up to people. I don't want to do that because I don't give a shit. And then the only the only option I'm gonna have is just fucking get a gun and shoot up the place, and then get killed or die in jail. But at least I'm gonna feel good because I'm gonna punish other people for living better life than me. But I'm still gonna go down because my life is over, because I just cannot find my place in life. I can't find the job. It's I have nothing to look forward for. I'm discouraged. I can't work. I'm fucked up. And people say, oh, go on disability. But then being super smart, you just can't, because you're not gonna meet the criteria. So again, that option out of the window as well. And I don't want to play games, because playing these stupid ass games is bullshit and hurts my ego. So I don't want to play dumb when I'm not that special, I'm not that stupid, So that disqualifies me right there, because of my ego and because of my brain and because of my level of understanding. So yeah. Playing disability card, it's not the best option. It's you can survive like this, but it's pretty shitty life. But I'm gonna feel secure. But even though that's security, that's no life. It's a slow death. It's you get disability at 40, then you work part-time, live like shit, and then you live till 80 or 90, just like a fucking vegetable. Or you can just be yourself, say fuck this, and have a difficult life. I probably make a second choice, because if I have second life, you know, at least I will be free. I will know how the world really is. I will deal with the reality of things. Yes, it's more risk, but at the same time, you know, it's like, and it could be harder too. I have to do more and get less, you know, but at the same time, it's like, I'm gonna have a job, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna know what work really is. It's gonna be real. My relationship is gonna be real. The love is gonna be real. I'm gonna experience feelings. You know, it's like being alive, you know? And the first option, it's like, well, existing until you die from the old age. Maybe you will live more if you're gonna choose the first option, but on the other hand, you're not gonna be living that good, vivid life, you know. So, and if you're not gonna live good, vivid life, but you know, maybe that life is gonna be shorter, but you know, it's gonna be more eventful. Well, it's better to have more eventful life because then you're gonna say, well, at least I live the way I wanted, you know. But if you choose the other option, it's like you literally lived like a vegetable for like 60-70% of your life. And it's like just mere existence. And it's not a good existence because every time you live, you just like being miserable. And then at some point, you're just gonna be like, fuck this. I won't die anyway. I have no kids, I have no woman. I'm just fucking existing, living, eating, shitting, being a fucking slave, working 20 hours a week, and then doing nothing for the rest of the time, just fucking drinking, smoking, playing video games. Maybe if I save up a little bit of money, getting myself a prostitute, but like nothing serious because, you know, I can't get woman because I'm fucking disabled piece of shit. What kind of life is this? And then you fucking die anyway. So it's like, fuck. I might as well just like say fuck it all. I'm just gonna do what I want and I don't care about the consequences. Maybe I'm gonna do more and get less. Maybe I'm gonna die, but at least I'm gonna say, you know, I lived how I wanted. I wanted to be with this and this people. I had that opportunity. I did this, and this. Yeah, it was hard, but at least, you know, I did what I wanted. Yeah, my life was short, but at least I did what I wanted. At least I didn't die from fucking, you know, like natural causes where for the last like 3 or 4 years of my life, I'm living like a vegetable and I'm experiencing like a lot of pain 24/7, you know. And of course, like out of this, like fucking 10 hours, I sleep. Then I open my eyes and I feel pain. Then they gave me drugs. Then I don't feel pain anymore. Then I feel crazy. And then 3 hours later, I feel like excruciating pain again. It's like, but I can't do shit. I'm like a vegetable, getting on IVs and shit. Pureed food. You know, like, what kind of life is that? You're just like, shit. I'm just like wasting my time. I just want to fucking die already. What the fuck? God, can you please take my soul? I'm tired of this bullshit. You know, it's like, why would I want to have a life like that? Because, oh, living is the best thing can happen to you? Is that the only reason why? Well, see, I'm not moving that much. What if I'm gonna be like that for the rest of my life? Right? Like, I'm not gonna be have an ability to stand the fuck up and go to, you know, go to sleep or stand the fuck up and go to work, make the money. I'll be just sitting like this, talking like this. And I cannot do like nothing more than that. Like shit, what kind of life is that, you know? Like shit, I'm not gonna have an ability to fucking reach my hand out to finish my 40. Anyway, guys, it's above the swill point, but I'm gonna challenge myself and see if I can just finish it, even though it's above the swill point, but it's like already almost like 50 minutes. So I'm just gonna, you know, just do it, you know, just fucking do it. So swill, 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 no excuses. And I actually did. I drank a 40 like a bitch, 50 minutes. It's pathetic, but at least I killed this wheel like a man. So I'm gonna give myself that. Well, thanks for watching. If you're gonna watch 2 minutes out of this video, you're the man. But if you're gonna watch like 10%, which is like 5 minutes, you're like Superman. Well, watch as much of my video as you can handle, because this is gold. Please like, subscribe, share my video, subscribe to my wonderful YouTube channel, Crazy Russian 86. And on this note, I'm out. I'm about to enjoy my day. Or at least I'm gonna try to enjoy it the best way possible. So, thanks for watching. All the best to you guys. Peace the fuck out. Later.